Good day, thinkers, thought leaders, progressives, and dreamers. I'm Craig the Writer Stewart, and this is So Much to Say YouTube TV. These are my thoughts in my voice on black shit, white shit, gay shit, and everything in between. So Much to Say YouTube TV is the place that you come to learn and grow, because we discuss socially relevant things mixed with a splash of humor. If you know you have tissue paper feelings, this probably isn't the channel for you. However, since you're here, I just need for you to do two things. Hit the like button, make sure you hit the subscribe button, and turn on that little bell so that you get the notification every single time that I go live or upload something new. I'll see you soon. Bye.
I was involved briefly with a married man who believed he had the courage to leave his wife to be with me and to live his truth. This isn't the typical story of a married man promising to leave his wife for a secret lover. Rather, this is a story in part about a gay man who knew he was gay before he got married, but chose to marry a woman because he didn't know how to break free. Rocky and I met on a gay social media site 3 months after I returned to the East Coast to live, and just 11 months after he was married. At the time we met, he was living and working in Dubai as a contractor for the government on a military base, while his wife was stationed in Tallahassee, Florida, where they had a home. In one of the first messages he sent me, Rocky shared that he was married, but that he had regrets. He explained that he had come out to his mother and siblings when he was 18 years old. He said that.
To listen to more of One Thing for Certain, Two Things for Sure, a memoir continued, visit audible.com. Good day, thinkers, thought leaders, progressives, and dreamers. I'm Craig the Writer Stewart. Wait, that's not what this is. This is for my Patreon, my exclusive video diary. Get a behind-the-scenes look of my life with my friends, family, behind-the-scenes recording of So Much to Say podcast, and the Queen's Supreme Court live show.
You done poofed, girl. You in the chair. Poof.
There's even a subscription level for aspiring writers. My Patreon video diary is just $5 a month.
I'm in here starving.
Let me tell you what this bitch.
And what information do you know, Sydney?
The phone number.
I just thought they were just interviewing me, asking me, general questions. You got
So join now. Visit www.patreon.com/Craig the Writer Stewart. Bye. SayItInACard.com is an online greeting card company that delivers right to your front door. Visit our website, www.sayItInACard.com. You can read the cards, order the cards, and we ship them directly to you. If you feel it, we say it in a card. We have breakup cards, troubled relationship cards, troubled friendship cards, and of course, all of the traditional cards as well, from birthday to Mother's Day. So again, visit us at www.sayItInACard.com. Free shipping for a limited time.
Hey, girl, hey.
What's happening?
Hey, we didn't get a cocktail.
Girl,
And I just bought new alcohol.
we've been up here just running our mouth.
Running our mouths, talking.
and laughing and keying. And
Did you all see the new masks? See how I hit the S's? Masks. It's plural. The new masks over at CraigTheWriterStewart.com. We got a good day, thinkers, thought leaders, progressives, and dreamers. I'm Craig the Writer Stewart. And this is the Facebook and YouTube live versions of So Much to Say. These are my thoughts in my voice on black shit, white shit, gay shit, and everything in between. Now listen here, you got your own show. You can do your intro over there.
girl, you snuck that in tonight, bitch.
But over
You
here
snuck
at
that in
227. But over here at 227.
You snuck that in tonight, bitch. But you know what? I'm in a good mood tonight, so I'm gonna let you have it.
We're not late. He was at Chick-fil-A trying to get his stuff together, and
Don't blame me. I gave you time to get home and get settled.
well, I was out.
And then when I get here, you had your friend over here. So we couldn't just jump on because you had company.
Well, me and my old man. I hate when women say that. Me and my old man.
Me and my old man.
Yeah, we had gone, we had a little dinner.
Mm-hmm.
And so I kind of got here. He had to go and do business. And then I came here. But then I ran into a really good friend of mine at the restaurant where we were eating.
Mm-hmm.
And I hadn't seen, you all remember where my Facebook people, you all remember when I went down to Panama to see my homegirl? Well, she's in the country because she said Panama is really shut down because of the whole COVID thing. You know, it's an island, so it's like really shut down. She said so she was tired of being in that. She has a condo that's on the beach, and she just got tired of being, you know, her and her 9-year-old. So she came back to the States. So it was just happenstance that I ran into her, and she was at this restaurant. I was like, oh my God. And I had just been telling my guy about her, like just a couple weeks, because we went to
you told you who?
My guy.
I heard that bitch. My guy. Yes.
Because we had just gone there like a couple weeks ago to eat. And I was like, oh man, my friend Kelsey used to eat over here. And those of you that have my first book, she's the one that paid for my play the last time that I did it in 2007. I talk about her in the first book.
You did talk about her, so
that's what that is. I was gonna fill you in on all that, but we had to jump on the line.
Yeah.
But that's her. And so her husband, for those of you that are new, was a football player. He played for the NFL, the Minnesota Vikings, and he ended up dying of heat exhaustion. You can Google this. This is all on Google. But he died. And those football fans, you probably already know the story. But he died of heat exhaustion. They were practicing in the heat. And because her husband died and because of her lawsuit, hey girl, hey, because she sued NFL and Riddell. Riddell is the equipment company that makes the helmets and the pads and all those other things. She sued them because they didn't promote hydration, and then they didn't call off practices and stuff in certain temperatures. So now Riddell creates helmets with holes in it, like perforations, so air holes. And then I think they have to really promote like hydration. But she ended up suing NFL and Riddell, and she got paid. So I just happened to see her at this restaurant, and so I was like, oh my God, you know. So we just chit chatted, me, her, and my guy. And then she happened to be coming this way towards my house, and so I got a ride with her.
And I said, well, who is you? You the Uber lady?
Right. He's talking about, who are you, the Uber lady? Meanwhile, this lady got more money than God. He talking about, are you the Uber lady? No, that ain't the Uber lady.
Girl said, who are you? Are you the Uber lady?
Yes. So anyway, so we of course caught up because we got to the restaurant. He and I got to the restaurant. It probably was like 5-ish, and we literally are just getting home. And it's 9:30. So we had to catch up, because I hadn't seen her since. I've talked to her, but I haven't seen her since I went to Panama, which was almost 2 years ago. Oh yeah. So anyway, so that's why we're a little late. So we do apologize. Hey Lamont. Lamont said I love you guys from Saginaw, Michigan. But so we're taking your questions tonight. We're doing the advice line. If you have any questions that you'd like to ask us, we can drop the link down in here. Just let us know. And you can come on, and you don't even have to show yourself. You don't even have to turn the camera on. We just need to hear your audio.
Right.
If you don't want to
or
be
if
seen.
You want to put it in the comment box, you don't want to, come on.
Just put it in the comments and we can just answer it. And
Craig, you know what?
Thank you, Kimberly.
Everybody been asking me, have I been working out? Girl, you see I got a little, I'm broad-shouldered, and everybody asks me that. I haven't really been working out, but I do lift a couple of things around town and at work and stuff. But I'm gonna start back doing my push-ups at night and doing my sit-ups because I gotta lose this stomach.
Girl, what is this blush pink stuff on your nails? Is that polish?
It's not polish, honey. I had when I got my nails and my feet done, my hands got me a mani-pedi.
Girl, it's like all of the men around me are turning into women. I'm just playing. I'm just kidding. The gays get really sensitive. I'm just playing. But
thank you, Lady T-Bird. She said, I know one thing, Keon Bay is fine as hell.
Okay. That's the ice maker. I said, what the fuck was that? When did you know you were in love with your guy? Is that for me or for Keon?
Well, you said your guy, I say Bay, so they talking about you. You said your guy.
You had to touch me to say that?
Yeah, your guy. I say Bay, sweetie.
Yes, Natasha, you missed the greeting, but I'll do it again just for you. Good day, thinkers, thought leaders, progressives, and dreamers. I'm Craig the Writer Stewart, and this is the Facebook and YouTube live versions of So Much to Say. These are my thoughts and my voice on black shit, white shit, gay shit, and everything in between. What you don't like when I do my greeting?
No, bitch. On Thursdays, I don't see you doing no intro on Wednesdays with the rest of the people.
I do my intros on Wednesdays. What are you talking about? Because Derek J used to give me all of that when I started. I said, girl, you need to come up with an intro.
Well, girl, you're a writer. So, honey, for Thursday, you need to write something.
So what?
Girl, I thought you was gonna make us a cocktail. You see how you do me when I come to Craig's house? Honey?
Hold on. Let me just pull her together real quick, because I don't even think she paid for her book, and she talking about how long it took her. Girl, if I had sent your book by courier pigeon, the Bible says, "Be ye grateful." Girl, if it had come by courier pigeon, girl, the Bible says, "Be ye grateful." So if it didn't come until next December 2022, you got it. Okay, so the word that you should next after gratitude should be thank you. No, I'm just kidding. But no, everything is slow right now. FedEx is slow. Everything, regular mail is slow. So I do apologize. Gwen, we do have the hold on, Gwen. We have a latecomer. Hold on. You see what happens when you come late? See, you missed the church announcements. You missed the church announcements. Thank you, Jackie. But anyway, so the question, well, before I get into that question, okay.
What, Craig?
So let me explain something to you. Now, I'm going to post a picture on my Patreon tonight when we get off, right? I was sitting outside of the gym today, waiting for, I was eating like 2 little oranges, you know what I'm saying? I had a couple minutes before I was supposed to start working out. And so I was sitting on like this, it's like a bench. It's really not a bench. It's like a long, like wall, if you will. And I was sitting on the very, very tippy tip edge or end of this wall. And so behind me, the wall went extremely long. It was like the length of the street, right? And so I'm sitting there minding my business, eating my orange, back is to the wall, to the rest of the bench. And I feel someone behind me, like close, like how I'm sitting to you. And I'm like, what the? I got my earphones, my little AirPods in. I wasn't listening to any music, but I'm like, why the fuck it feel like somebody right behind me? You purchase your mask right here from CraigTheWriterStewart.com. Purchase autographed copies of books and merchandise, okay? Just click on shop, and it'll take you to the masks and other merchandise. So I felt somebody behind me. So I turned around. Lo and behold, this lady whose picture I'm going to post was sitting right behind me. And she had like bags and stuff. She had been shopping. And she's like, yeah, she was just like talking to herself. She was like, yeah, I'm about to get my Uber and da-da-da. And so I turned around and I immediately got irritated. Because it's like, why are you so close to me? And so I turned around and I said, why are you sitting so close to me? I said it just like that. I said, why are you sitting so close to me? I said, you have all of that real estate behind me. You couldn't sit. And she was like, oh, I'm sorry. And I felt bad right away. And I said, I'm sorry. I said, I didn't mean it like that. I said, I'm sorry. I said, no. I said, give me a hug. I didn't ask the lady for a hug. I said, give me a hug. I said, I'm sorry. I said, I'm really sorry. I said, but I really was just curious, like, why did you sit so close to me? Like, you got all of that space. And she literally pulled up right behind me. I said, I really am sorry, though. I said, but give me a hug.
Girl, so look, show her. I mean, you got COVID-19.
No. I got my negative results for HIV and for COVID.
Girl, that was last week. We talking about this week. That happened today. Girl, you don't have to get tested again, girl.
Girl, no, because I'm still taking my black seed and stuff.
Don't hug me, honey.
So, and then she didn't even have on a mask. It was a black woman. I'm gonna post her picture on my Patreon. I'm gonna post it as soon as we get off of here tonight. Because I said, come on, let's take a picture. I felt so bad. I really felt bad. So anyway, I wanted to share that story with y'all. And then when I went to ship your orders, those of you that purchase books, yes, I'm gonna post that as well, Haley. I'm gonna post that. I'm gonna upload that on my Patreon on the 1st. That's Saturday. For those of you that have been asking who it is, I'm going to post a whole collage of videos that I've been keeping of us, like, doing stuff.
You'll post it on Patreon?
On Patreon. On Saturday.
Woo!
It's like us in the
girl,
car.
Jesus coming back, y'all. It's the world is for the end.
It's like us at the house. It's like us at the...
Girl, well, could you send me the video before you post it?
Because your Patreon subscription is no longer active?
Girl, I ain't got Patreon no more, honey. You know, I'm going to go add my $5 back. Are you to win up the team?
No, it's $5.
Okay.
I might go up for $6 for you.
Okay, I'm gonna go back in there. I'm gonna add it back on.
But anyway, so look. So then what happened was, Rita, did you purchase a mask? Did you ship your mask? Did you ship my mask? Did you purchase one? How many of y'all know ain't nothing for free?
Hello.
Isn't that what Helen Baylor said? How many of y'all know ain't nothing for free? But so then I went and shipped your orders out, right? So I went and shipped out the orders, and I was standing outside waiting for him to come scoop me up because we went to eat, right? And this girl, she pulls by in a Mercedes, and she pulls into the driveway next to the FedEx because there's a hotel right there too. And she was like, she slammed on her brakes real quick. Like she turned in, she slammed on brakes. Now, mind you, I'm on the phone talking to my friend Marvin in DC. And she says, "Excuse me, is your name Craig?" Now, mind you, when I saw her, I had my baseball cap on. I had to pull down like this because it was sunny outside and I was standing outside. So I had to pull down like this. I was on the phone. I'm talking. And she was like, "Is your name Craig?" And I was just like, "Yeah." She said, "Oh my fucking God." Like, I don't know why, but I don't like when people say, "Oh my fucking God." She said, "Oh my fucking God." She said, "Oh my God." She starts getting her camera. She in the driveway, blocking the driveway. So I ran over to her car real quick. I ran over to her car. I said, so she said, "Oh my God, I cannot believe that's you." I said, "Girl, how did you even see me?" I said, "I got this hat on." She said, "Because bitch, I watch you and Madison all the time." She said, "I watch y'all too much." She said, "I knew that was you." And she, so then she's like, "Oh my God." So she starts getting her camera. I said, "Oh, you want a picture?" she ain't asked for no.
She ain't say, "Can I get a picture?"
She ain't say, "Can I get a picture?" She started grabbing.
Bitch, that is Craig, girl.
Right.
That is Craig.
And she was like, "Bitch," she on Snapchat. "Bitch, I'm out here with Craig." I was like, "Oh my God." So then she tells me that she's trying to move here. And she said, "I'm just staying right here at this little hotel." It was the Marriott. And so she was like, "I'm just staying here." She's like, "I'm trying to move here." And I said, "Oh, well." So I told her, I said, "Well, you know what? You need to look into ProMove." I said, "It's an apartment locator." I said, "And they're free." I said, "Basically, all you have to do is tell them how much you want to spend each month. You can tell them what area of town you want to be in. If you know, if you don't, that's fine too. Just tell them, how much you want to spend." And I said, "And they'll find apartments for you. And then when you find the apartment that you're going to move into, you put ProMove down as the referral, and then the apartment complex will pay ProMove." She says, "Oh my God, what's the name of it?" So I gave it to her. And so she looked it up. And I said, "Yeah, so just, She said, "Oh my God, here I'm seeing you." I said, "Girl, if for no other reason, that may be the reason why you ran into me. Not to take a picture, but for me to tell you how to facilitate your move." But anyway, so I leaned in, gave her a hug, and that was
you
it.
can take pictures all day, honey.
Girl. So anyway, did you guys have any questions or advice that you guys needed? Oh, hey, young lady. Hey, Miss Abel. Look. Yay, I feel in my spirit, babe. Look at Craig and Keon be on here looking like a whole snack costume. I had some besties in my head. Aw.
Girl, I don't know if it's the happiness
For me?
or for me.
Girl, I was already happy.
I was already happy too.
Now this has just amplified.
Right, it boosted up. It gave us a little lift. But girl, we fine, bitch. Our skin all glowing and shit. Girl, look at that. Girl, y'all catch that light real quick. Look at it, bitch. You see it. Girl, we don't need that ring light.
Oh, what's your question? I dropped the link down in here for you guys.
Well, Craig, no shade, but you passed about 60 questions, girl.
Did I?
Girl, they've been dropping them.
Well, why your hands work? Why didn't you press it so you can get the? Thank you, Sharon.
But girl, I'm on your show tonight, girl. So I ain't want to take over like you said I usually do. So I was just letting you finish your story.
DB, did you speak when you saw me at the fireplace?
Y'all, could y'all please drop your comments down again? When we over here at 227 tonight. I'm glad the internet working.
Oh, thank you. Is it Aman? Maybe it's Amanya. Maybe I don't know if I'm saying it right. Barbara said that's how I'm gonna act when I see you. Come on, DC Smiley. Now, Keon, you could at least put the comments up there if you say you saw questions and stuff. Let me put the link down here again for those of you that are not afraid to come on the live.
Or you can drop your comments down in the comments.
Or drop it in the comment. This time, pay attention. And put the question up there. I was telling my story.
Well, girl, you was telling your story, but I didn't want to interrupt you.
DB said no, he didn't speak because he didn't know how I was going to act. And what he trying to say? You're welcome, Devon. Okay, so somebody asked, the first question was, how did I know that I was in love with my guy? I absolutely love him. I think I'm building on the in love part.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not far off though. Because I know me. Because see, when you 44 and you know your name.
Girl, because you done went like this, girl.
What I do?
You done jumped in, girl. You there. Girl, 6 months from now, you're going to be getting married.
My girl Jessie said, y'all, Craig smells so good. I met him and hugged him at a DC show with Maddie. Oh, so DV said that's when he started watching my lives because after he saw me at the fireplace. Look, so I usually go to, so DV, I don't know if you live in DC or not, but I usually go to the fireplace. I always go to the fireplace with my friend Marvin. He's a really tall guy. He has locks. And he's like the mayor over there. Like he's always there. He's like a bar stool. He's always there at the fireplace, right? And so, Craig, people seeing you in person is only the beginning. It's about to be amplified. The money. Woo! Come on, money. Yes, niece. But so when I tell you, Marvin, he gets a kick out of it when people see me and they be like, oh my God, that's, you know, because they'll go to him and be like, oh my God, is that, you know, and Marvin just loves it. He be like, child, I love it. But one time I was there, this guy was giving me a lot. He knew who I was.
Somebody on here, child.
And he was giving me a lot of attitude and, what happened? Who was that was just in here? You just left.
They weren't trying to leave, child.
Oh my God, what happened? Jesse said, oh my God, I was just at the fireplace the other day. Okay, so Sterling said, I have a question. When do you gay men identify? Oh, why do gay? I said, when do? What happened to us getting a cocktail?
Girl, I'm waiting.
Girl, you want me? Hold on, Sterling. Wash your hands first.
No, bitch, you gonna fix the drinks, girl. We over here at your palace today, honey.
You didn't fix them in my house the last time. George did. At your house, George did.
But girl, we at one, honey.
Oh, we wait a minute. We are one. What y'all know about that?
Just like we went over there to that man's house and he was fixing drinks for us.
My guy is a really hospitable person. He loves the host. Okay, so what kind of? I'm gonna answer your question. We're gonna answer your question, Sterling. What would you like? I have grapefruit and rose, Kettle One. I have watermelon Syrah.
Mix me something together.
I'm gonna give you the Kettle One and rose. I'm gonna wash my hands because I just.
Please wash your hands because you've been hugging people and talking to people and
doing
all that stuff, child. I don't know what the hell going on. I don't know. Y'all, what's going on? So I am back over here at 227.
Can you read the question so I can be thinking about the answer while you sit there bloviating about nothing?
So the question says, why do gay men identify themselves by a sexual position, especially when it comes to a relationship? I'm gay. I just feel.
I'm gay. I just what?
Feel.
Do you want to start with the answer?
No, I'm gonna wait for you a little bit. I'm gonna wait for you to come. Because I don't want you to say I'm over here taking over again. Child, you know how he get, y'all. You know how he get.
We're going to chase your drink with a little bit of white cranberry peach.
Don't give me none of that healthy stuff that you like to mix in.
I said it's to be white cranberry peach now.
Child, I don't want none of that healthy stuff that you be doing.
Don't start, Ike. Y'all know that line from What's Love Got to Do with It? Don't start, Ike.
The CDC says that you have to wash your hands for
I just washed
20 seconds, girl. You ran your hand under that water.
I just washed them right before I came over here and sat down. How many damn times I gotta wash the skin off my hands? What you want me to wash the skin off my hands? Is that what you want me to do? Where's the light?
Girl, your laptop out, damn girl.
It got because I knocked the cord out.
See, child.
Okay, so this is what we're gonna be drinking tonight. Thank you, Izzy. What is this? Do you want to get married? Oh, that's a good question too. All right, so this is what we're having tonight. Grapefruit and rose, Kettle One. It's very good.
Child, you know, I'm a drink some white tonight. You know, I'm a dark type of man.
When I tell you, Craig might have helped me find love today. I dropped your name to an inspiring writing for writer for inspiration. I got you a subscriber, and you got me in this guy's pants. Oh my! Oh, you usually drink dark. Well, we're gonna drink light.
We're gonna drink light tonight.
And we're gonna do a little white cranberry peach. Okay, so one of the questions was, how is Mike doing? I haven't talked to Mike in a while. I said happy birthday to him for his birthday. When's his birthday? Do you remember?
July 14th. Somewhere up in there. I think I hit it on the head though.
That's what she said. So somebody said I want Keon to do my tattoo.
Speaking of tattoos, I want to get a new one. But Nikki finally came and got her piercing, y'all.
That I paid for last year. Let me turn it a little bit because I'm out of the camera frame. So, do you like it? Cheers first. Use eye contact. You got to teach these young girls everything. Eye contact. Because, girl, you know it's bad luck.
It's okay. I'm not a fan of grapefruit, but it'll do, honey, with the cranberry.
There's grapefruit and rose in here. Thank you, Diamond. Diamond said, I love you, Craig. I got my shipment number for my books, and also remember to gift that book. I sent $20 to pay it forward. My Cash App was, got it. All right, so we're going to gift the book tonight per Diamond. Thank you, Diamond. Oh, wait, I think I gifted it already. I didn't gift it. I'm just going to gift it because I'm not sure if I did or not. The first person, well, we'll figure out how we're going to gift it in a second.
DB Lorenzo said it's cute how you both found love close to the same time.
I know. Keon was first. You were first.
I was first.
Right. Keon was first. He did a nose piercing for her. So I'm about to answer your question, Tammy.
We got to answer the question.
Okay, so
right.
Interestingly enough, Tammy, because you asked that, he and I have talked about being married. We've talked about prenups. He asked me would I sign a prenup, and I told him yes, I would, because I believe in prenups as well. And a lot of people are funny about prenups, just even conversation. Like, you don't have to have millions of dollars to do a prenup.
The prenup, right.
But a lot of people are funny about prenups because they feel like if you're even bringing up the conversation of a prenup, that you're anticipating that the relationship is not going to work.
Right.
And that's not the case. Really and truly, the way that I see it, a prenup is a way to just divide things in the event that you two decide to go your separate ways.
Right.
But you're deciding that while you get along. Because who knows what might happen. I'm belching and carrying on. Sorry. Who knows might happen. You may not be able to get along later and be civil. So, I would. So, yes, we have talked about being married.
Split, they get bitter and they get crazy.
They get bitter. Right. And then, the question that we got to answer, Sterling's question, why do gay men typically identify with their sexual position first? My answer is, I think, and I don't, but I understand what your question is because a lot of gay men do.
That'd be about the first 3 to 5 questions that somebody say when you're.
Yeah. And the other thing is a lot of times what they'll ask too is your sexual role. Like when you're trying to get to know them, that usually turns me off right away.
Because it's like you just into it for sex.
Right. And it's like, you're assuming that we're going to fuck. Like, I don't even know if I like you yet. And so you already worrying about what we're going to be doing in the bed. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I think that a lot of gay men ask that question because it's almost like it's a way of making conversation and introducing themselves and kind of navigating through the gay community. Just like there are a lot of gay men that say, well, if you don't meet somebody on one of these apps, like, how do you meet somebody? I never understand when people say that. I'm like, you think that the only way you can meet somebody is if you're relegated to an app?
No,
because how did you meet George?
Facebook.
Well, that's still not an app.
Right.
That's still not an app, though. But what I'm talking about in app is people think that you got to be on Jax or Grindr or something like that. But I don't know where to meet people. And I'm like, well, baby, you got to find a social life. Like,
right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta put yourself out there. Like, I've always felt like meeting someone through why is my flashlight on? Meeting someone through other people is a great way.
You can meet people through other people. You can meet people at the grocery store. You can meet people at the bank. You can meet people having a drink at a restaurant. It's different ways.
A hotel.
it's different ways where you can meet people. Also, I believe in that your energy attracts.
Absolutely.
Your energy attracts. I definitely believe
your energy draws people in.
You can be sitting at the bar by yourself and you're giving off so much positive energy or just like a good energy, and you'll attract people. People start to come, gravitate towards you.
Kim Tyler, have you talked to the guy in Hawaii that was ill? I haven't talked to him directly, but we've communicated over Facebook. So yeah, and he's been he comes in the lives, he comments on my YouTube, my Facebook, and he comments on my Instagram. So yes, he's doing well, Do you think long distance relationships can work?
Me personally, I'm gonna say for me, no. But everything works different for everybody else, because I have friends and I know a couple of people who have been in a long distance relationship and it worked perfect for them. But me personally, I don't think I can do it. The reason why I don't think I can do it is because, I want my significant other here. I want to be able to
touch and suck.
Suck.
No. Suck.
No.
Girl, that's what you said.
I meant touch. No, I was repeating what you were saying. But I want to, be able to spend time, with my partner. And I feel like in a long distance relationship, or you don't get to have, it's like you have to wait for a certain time to get there. And I want you to be, when I say available, I mean like, here with me, not just a phone call away.
Or
FaceTime. Yeah. I want you actually here with me.
Well, once upon a time, my answer would have been, no, I don't believe in long distance relationships, especially if they start off being long distance. I think at one time I used to think that if it starts off where you're in the same city, that, and then for some reason somebody moves for work or school or something, it could still sustain because you've built the foundation. But my answer has changed because Rocky, second book, he was living in Dubai and we met on a gay social media site. It was BGC, Black Gay Chat.
Oh, chat.
So, but honestly speaking, at the time I wasn't on there trying to date. Like my first book had come out, my whole profile was geared towards words never spoken. My profile, my description, it was like a synopsis from the book. It was pictures from the book, you know what I mean? Shit like that. And he happened to read it and was like, oh my God, I'm reading this. Is this like, he was like, what is this? He's like, I said, it's from my book. And that's how we started talking.
Right.
What I will tell you is that relationship with him became the first relationship that really allowed me to learn to communicate with a person without sex being involved, without lust being involved. Like we really got to know each other. Like we were on FaceTime. I mean, not FaceTime, but Skype. We were on Skype every single day because of the time difference. It was an 8-hour time difference. So like it was morning here, but it would be evening there. So I'd be just waking up and he'd be preparing for bed. So I would talk to him until it was time for him to go to bed. And then when the reverse happened, it'd be time for me to go to bed and he'd be getting up, going to work. So we talked every day. It was like we didn't skip a beat. And I learned his facial expressions just from talking to him. I knew his intonations just from the way that he said. I knew when he was upset about something. He knew when I was bothered. And we built an amazing foundation. The problem was the nigga was married and he was afraid to leave. So that became the problem there. But I do think that long distance relationships can work because it slows things down. But there are pros and cons to everything, because if one of the things that I noticed about long distance relationships is when you're apart, everything is so copacetic, there's your word. And when there's an issue that arises and you are in the same city together, a lot of times you don't want to handle the issue because you have such a limited time together. And it's like, well, you don't want to bring up issues. And so sometimes those issues can compound. And then you got this great big old explosion later down the line.
Right.
But I'm like you. I do prefer to be in the same city with my guy. I want to.
And then I tried before. I was talking to somebody that was staying far away. And I will say in that what I learned was how to build a connection, like you said, and just learn a person without, like you said, sex and everything like that. But for me, I always had in the back of my mind, like, this won't work because he's not here.
But see, that's a self-fulfilling prophecy. Your thoughts create your destiny. I'm going to say that again because somebody missed it. Your thoughts create your destiny. If you see it, you can have it. Because God gives you the vision. You know, life would be unfair if he gave you the vision to see something, whether it's a relationship, whether it's a career, whether it's you owning your own home. God wouldn't give you the vision if it wasn't possible to reach it and to achieve it. So you have to start with the vision. And that's why I always tell you guys those vision boards are really important. Writing your goals or whatever it is down in your journal. If you got bad energy, or if you're not patient and you got things that you want to change about your personality, write that shit down. Like, because it will come to pass.
It's something about seeing it.
Yes.
It's something about seeing it.
Yes. Is it true that gay men physically fight each other? Well, shit, straight people fight each other.
Yeah, everybody.
Lesbians fight each other. But to answer your question, because I think this is what you're asking, 50%, unless the statistic has changed, but 50% of gay relationships experience domestic violence, and it happens more than it does in heterosexual relationships.
Carlton, FaceTime video.
My friend is calling. Hello. Now you know we live, right?
Are you still on? Oh, sorry.
So, how long have you been dating your guy, Craig? Keon. Hey, friend.
Hello, Keon.
We can't see you, but hello. How are you?
Hold on.
Oh, there you go. How are you? Hold, please. We have a friend on line 1, so we have to talk to him.
Not live.
I didn't mean to disrupt. I didn't know you guys were still going.
Oh, okay. You coming here?
I'm debating if I should come there or because I still have to finish that plan and he needs it tonight. So I'm debating if I go there first and then come there or go there or come there and then go back home to finish.
Right.
Well, how long are you guys going to be there?
Probably 30 minutes. We've been on here for 30 minutes. We didn't get on till 9:30.
Yeah.
Because you know these comments, they really think they be knowing. It's just like,
what comments are you drinking?
This is it's grapefruit and rose vodka and white cran peach.
Oh, okay. My friend Andre said he's in jail. I don't know.
Wait a minute, we still on the line.
I thought you muted it. Right.
No, I didn't mute it. They are falling out in these comments.
Oh my gosh. Goodbye.
Bye.
Baby.
What was I about to say? They're like jail.
Jail. Who's in jail?
Who's in jail? I'm like, oh, wait a minute now. We still live.
Let us see the screen, Craig.
What was that? What was I about to say?
I thought you had your phone on silent.
I thought I had put it over there on silent. Oh my God. Oh. How you know, Tammy Faye? How you know what we talking about? Oh my God. How did y'all? Oh my God. Oh my God. How did y'all know? Y'all a mess. See,
girl, when I tell you they're worse than the FBI.
They worse than bitch, the FBI, CIA, and the KBG.
Baby, they be on it.
Oh my God. How y'all know what we were talking about?
Oh my God.
Look at Messy Kimberly.
Girl.
Oh my stars. Somebody said, who in jail? Baby, they listening hard. Y'all are something else. Listen. I can't with y'all. I really can't. I don't even remember what the fuck we were talking about.
Oh my God. That was funny.
What were we talking about?
Girl,
it was a question.
I done forgot.
I don't remember. But anyway, do you guys have any more questions?
Oh my God, Craig. That was funny, child.
Thank you, Serena, for $3 Thursday. Thank you very much. I just dropped the link down there for the comments. You know, if you want to join the live or ask a question, and you know,
baby, these people are hilarious.
Honey, I don't know how. Wait. Somebody said, "Mike Smiley, what was your question?" I don't remember what your question was. Let's talk about. Wait. Somebody. Let's talk about Andre. Oh, I can't find it. Damn them questions, y'all. Me and Carl. Well, I don't know about me and Carlson, but me and my guy will do a live once I hit 10,000 subscribers. We talked about that the other day. As soon as I hit 10,000 subscribers, I'm gonna do a live with him.
Okay.
He said Andre.
Mm-hmm.
He said Andre, but I thought you all knew what Andre. Wait, please read my email. What email, niece? What email? Right, I'm gonna load it on the Patreon in 2 days.
That was the question that we was answering. How long?
Oh, how long you been with your guy? What yours? What's your?
I've been with my guy officially, you know, together.
Because you did all that playing and carrying on, talking about, you know,
going on 2 months. But we've been talking. I met him last year, but we've been talking since February of this year.
Okay.
So about 6 to 7 months.
I think that was the last thing we talked about was the 50%, like Mollet said, was the domestic violence thing. But I think that's all I wanted to say about that. That 50% of gay relationships experience domestic violence.
Don't worry, we will find out which Andre.
Okay, I'm gonna tell you guys what Andre we're talking about, because it's not a secret, child. It's all over the papers. It's all over. She put free Andre. It's all over the paper.
Mm.
So Atlanta City Councilman, his name is Andre, not Andre. His name is not Andre. His name is it Andre? Hold on. Antonio Brown. It's Antonio.
Mm-hmm.
His name is Antonio Brown. He was yes, look, there's Khalid, Antonio Brown. And what happened was he was indicted because they said that he falsified like documents where he inflated his salary and how much he had cash liquid money saved to get like business loans, and he ended up buying a Range Rover and Mercedes and all that other stuff. Now, here's my thing. Of course, it's wrong and it was illegal to do it. But like I was saying to a friend of mine, how many entrepreneurs, and those of you that may be entrepreneurs, how many entrepreneurs have inflated income and stuff like that to get an advancement in their business, you know, to move their business forward? But unfortunately, he got caught. And unfortunately, he's a public, not even just a public figure, but he's a public, not servant. What's the word I'm looking for? But like somebody who works for the people. And you can't do that. And so, I mean, I wouldn't have attacked him or ridiculed him because, like I said, I mean, think about those of you that are working jobs right now that you don't even, because you didn't inflated your resume. You didn't lie on your resume. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, but he got caught and, so he got locked up. But the other part of it is there's some nude photos floating around of him.
Girl.
And see, this is why I tell you, cautionary tale. See, this is why I tell you children all of the time, and this is not just for the gay. Civil servant, thank you. See, this is why I say good day thinkers, thought leaders, progressives and dreamers.
We have somebody want to come on here and ask us a question.
Okay, I'm gonna bring Xavier in a second. But look, but the thing is, this is why this is a cautionary tale. And again, this is not just for gay people, but especially gay men, because a lot of times, you know, gay men or bisexual men are over there on Twitter, jacking off and fucking and, you know, all this stuff on Twitter.
Bro, they love OnlyFans.
Right, and you all are OnlyFans. And it's like you showing your face. You may want to be a public servant, a civil servant. You may want to work in government in 5, 7, 10 years. Those people dig that kind of shit up. So these nude photos of him are now floating around. Now they
go ahead. But we talk about this all the time. And previously we used to talk about this, how your past sometimes haunt you. And this is one of the things that, girl, it's coming up. You think what you're doing in the dark.
Everything done in the dark. What's up? Hey there.
Hey, what's up? What's good? What's good? What's good?
What's going on?
Nothing. I was gonna bring it back to what you said about, a healthy relationship, and a lot of people don't believe this, but one good thing to do, like I said, I've been in a relationship. I know I talked to you last night when you were on live with, I think, Derek J. But one of the most healthiest things in being in a relationship, because like I said, I've been in a relationship for 9.5 years, is fighting, arguing, not fighting, not physically fighting, but arguing. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I feel like a lot of people, mess up when it comes to a relationship, because instead of trying to talk to people or putting things to the side, they let that build up happen. And then, you know what I'm saying? So me, my dude, we've been together for 9.5 years. So that means we have had some blow ups,
Yeah.
And you're right about, like I said, fighting and stuff like that. When it comes to two men, even though, like I said, it should be looked at as far as a man and a woman, no one should ever put their hands on anybody else. Right. But we have had moments where it get there, But it's, like I said, it's not something that constantly is happening, but it's one of those things that you just got to cope with, and you know that at the end of the day, everything that you say is settled,
Right, exactly. Yeah. Well, thank you for that.
Thank you.
Yeah. Well, no problem.
All right. But that's a really good point. And it's just like a lot of times people run away from disagreements or, little arguments or whatever. But I believe that those are growing pains. Those are hiccups in a relationship. And I just think that one of the keys to being in a long-term relationship is learning to forgive and learning to accept and learning to grow. Right. Because you got to check yourself. And I've been saying to you guys, but G LaStrong, you got to fight fair, fight clean. Right. But the thing is, one of the things that I've learned is this whole situation, this relationship, it really is. It's not about me trying to change him. It really is about me growing myself. Right. And teaching myself and learning, because I have some ways that I just recently discovered that I still need to clean up and work on.
You think you're
passing out? I heard they caught him in the showers. Baby, the streets have been talking about him being in the showers. I'm back on Antonio Brown. But yeah, they have been talking about that. That was another thing. I wasn't gonna bring that up, but girl, here you go. But yeah, they said that too. They said that he was, one of the kids that was like a shower shark, as I call them. From the shower to the locker room to the sauna to the shower to the locker room to the sauna.
Just bouncing around.
And so one of the conversations that I was having with somebody was they thought that was going to be the thing that was going to surface during his campaign or since his campaign, and not this whole, this fraud thing. Craig, what is your thought on that guy on yesterday's show that said he thought he would marry a guy and call him his wife? I had a whole conversation with a friend of mine about it after we got off the panel. And, to each his own. Like, I want to call you my dude, or you're my husband, or you're my guy. Not my wife. And don't be talking about, and I even calling it pussy. But to each his own. It's not a judgment. If that's what you like, and
And often the community does that.
Yes, indeed.
They do that all the time.
Do you see this? She said, do you see how loving Craig and Keon are now that they both have a boo? I'm not bouncing from verbal or physical abuse. No, that's too much. Absolutely. It seems most gay relationships are superficial. It seems most gays are always looking for the next best thing.
Right.
Yeah. I'm just scrolling through looking for the next. Oh, Craig, how long have you and your guy been together? It's just been we've just been dating seriously heavy since like mid-May.
Yeah, it's been about that long.
Yeah. It's been about 2.5 months. About 2.5 months. August will be 3.
Child.
And
my auntie that got her a man. Shantae that got her a man, honey.
but we have talked about like, being married and how many people will we have. We've talked about like wedding songs and
Oh, that's cute.
you know what I'm saying? But that was something that he thought of. Like I never thought about like what wedding song, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Question. I'm almost certain my job is going to be eliminated soon. Would it be wrong to take a second full-time job, collect 2 checks while working from home until the No, go on and do that.
Money.
Go on and do that.
You may be tired as hell, but get your money.
What was your question, DB? They be getting so upset. It's like they don't realize it. Like, first of all, we see 526 people watching, right? And there's so many questions and comments going by. There's so many comments going by. So sometimes I just miss them, like in the middle of a story. What do you consider? This is my friend Lito down in Miami. He was on a panel last night. What do you consider the benefits of being in a relationship when you're independent and not codependent? Oh, here's the thing. I think the benefits of being in a relationship when you're both independent.
Come on, because I'm gonna set up for this one.
That you really, you really can. There's a different power in the relationship. Your relationship has a different power.
What do you mean by that?
A different kind of strength.
Okay.
A different kind of potential.
Mm-hmm.
Because, but that can be a catch-22 also, because when both people are independent, it's hard sometimes for a person to lead.
That's exactly.
But I'm okay with letting you lead sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the thing about us. I will say this: he's really good about letting me lead, and I'm good about letting him lead. You know what I'm saying? It's not a power struggle, but sometimes when you have 2 independent people like that,
you're a clash.
You can sometimes clash, but that's an ego thing. But see, that's that work that you have to do on yourself. It's like, check your ego, check your pride, But what were you gonna say?
So I was gonna because it sounded like you was going to more towards of the the strength and everything. But also, I'm gonna challenge you a little bit, because when 2 independent people are in a relationship, they're crash. So that's why I was kind of end that with that. So
then, how did you know that he was the one, Craig? Why y'all keep asking me all these questions? Quick, Keon. I knew. Okay.
Well, we did questions and answers on Monday. When you was live.
Okay. Too. So I knew that he was the one because he put the effort forward, right?
Okay.
In a way that I haven't seen anybody put effort forward in a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Probably since Rocky. And Rocky was 2013. It's now 2020.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing is, I believe that effort is the only way to communicate interest.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to say it again because somebody missed it. Effort is the only way to communicate interest. So effort is picking up the phone to call. He's not a text message person.
Mm-hmm.
He'll pick up the phone and call. He'll text in the morning, hey, good morning, stuff like that.
Yeah.
How'd you sleep? Or he'll ask me, how was the live last night? Mm-hmm. Or he asks stuff like that. But like, he'll say, hey, well, let's go to dinner. Or, hey, I was thinking, and when we're going to do this thing down in South Georgia? We were talking about that earlier when we went to dinner. When we're going to do that thing?
It's North Georgia, bitch.
I thought it was down south. When me, you, and George, we were supposed to stay the night at that thing and do the zip lining.
Right, it's North Georgia.
Well, when we supposed to go? He and I talked about that the other day.
But girl, let's do September. Let's aim for September.
September, bitch, it ain't even.
But it's August, whole Saturday.
But a person puts forth effort, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, Brittany said it's over 500 people in here. Please hit the like button on the video. Please hit the like button. It doesn't cost you a thing. And hit subscribe if you haven't subscribed. There was another question up there and you moved it. I don't remember what it was though.
I ain't moved nothing, bitch.
How did I know he was the one?
How was you?
I said that. And then the other question was, I don't remember.
Okay, so what was the wow moment that he have done for you, or that kind of caught you like you have that wow moment?
This is my girl Tammy. You know what I'm gonna tell you? I'm a very simple guy. Right? The smallest things, can make me excited. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't have to be all over the top. Who is that?
Who else you think it is?
That's him?
Mm-hmm.
Yours?
Mm-hmm.
He was like, oh, about the place.
About the place.
Right. So we need to make that happen. So Craig always looks high when he's with Keon. I don't know why I look high. So what was the question?
Damn, bitch.
Because I didn't read the text message from
Girl,
you.
I ain't distracting you no more.
I read this. What was the question?
Girl.
Oh, well, I know I want to answer this question from
What was
Tammy.
the wild moment?
Oh, you asked me about the
I
wild
asked
moment.
you that.
Okay, it's the little things. Like he'll go downstairs. Like when we wake up in the morning,
Mm-hmm.
every single morning, he'll roll over. He'll say, good morning. And I'll say, good morning. And he'll say, how did you sleep? To me, that's to be concerned with somebody's well-being like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then like a lot of mornings, he'll get up, he'll go down. Like when I first started staying over there,
Mm-hmm.
now I get up and go downstairs and I'll do breakfast and I'll bring it back up. But
Mm-hmm.
when I first started going over there, he would go downstairs every morning. He'll make, because I drink tea. I'm a tea person. I'm not a coffee person.
Mm-hmm.
He would go down there and make me like a turmeric tea. And he would cut up like fruit or do like avocado toast. Like he would slice the strawberries and put them on top of the avocados, and, and drizzle like a little balsamic reduction on it. Like he would just do like just little things like that.
Mm-hmm.
It was just really sweet. Now Tammy's question. Now, when did you know? Let me ask you that before I get to Tammy's question.
My wild moment was I had a couple, but the very first wild moment for me was when during my mom's the time of my mom's death, we hadn't been talking that long, and he was so like concerned. He was just like, "Look, I'm on my way. I'm packing the bag. Look, I'm not going to work, etc." But I think what wowed me the most,
showed up.
Yeah, he showed up. But what wowed me the most was when how when people, they come, you go to a funeral or when someone dies, they always bring in food, chicken, all this different type of food, soda and drinks and stuff. He was the total opposite. He brought paper towels and toiletries, like just different things that we would actually need. And he didn't just bring it for my mom's house, but he brought it for my grandmother. And he was just so into. So
he was thoughtful all around.
It was very thoughtful. So it was just like, this person cares that much. It was just like, wow, the past just was like,
hey, your eyes watering?
No, girl.
I'm saying that bitch, you about to sit here and cry right now?
No, I'm not. But yeah, that was a wild moment for me.
So my girl Tammy asked, how soon into the relationship do you start discussing finances? He and I do talk about finances. Now I don't know exactly what he make, but I have an idea.
We talked about this.
Right. So like he does have an idea of what's coming in over here. Like he has some
type of idea.
But I'm very clear. Well, we're very clear. Well, I've said to him, I said, I really think it's important that if we ever live together, that I need to know what you make and you need to know what I make. Because you don't really understand or know the power
and the strength
of your relationship until you know what your finances are capable of doing.
Mm-hmm.
You don't know what you can afford. And so all of this, again, ego and pride, when you shield in your income and you don't want somebody to know how much you make because you're ashamed of it or whatever, you have to put it out there like, this is what I make every month. Because how else do you know what you can afford and where you can travel if you're going to travel and, whatever.
But, I'm going to try something different because, even to, and everybody's been watching, I was like, a motherfucker ain't knowing what I'm making, but it was just because, remember we did the podcast and stuff like what my mom, my grandmother, it was like, oh, you'll never let your right hand know what your left hand doing.
No, I don't agree with that.
But I know, and we talked about this before, but now I'm trying something different, and we was actually talking, and we were saying how we need to come up with budgets and everything.
Yes.
So me and him was just talking, so I know at that moment, in that point in time, it's going to be...
It's different. This relationship is different.
It's different from the past relationship because the other two, it was just like, okay, I'm doing this.
Maybe we'll do it. Maybe one day the four of us will do a live, but that'll have to be after I get to 10,000 subscribers. But here's the thing. So DB is asking about the age difference. I never said there was an age difference. I never identified an age, but I'm so young at heart. So it really doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? I've dated people my age. I've dated people younger. I've dated people older. Schoolboy says, what if you want a relationship, but you are really comfortable being alone? Then be alone. Be single. You know what I'm saying? Don't get into a relationship when you know you're not really ready to share your space. You're not ready to make compromises. I didn't say settle. I said make compromises and yield. You're not ready to yield because I believe, and I talk about this in Book of Jewels, the relationships are the place that we go to learn and grow. And if you're not looking to learn and grow yourself, then a relationship isn't where you need to be.
Right.
More importantly, we all have to be teachable. We got to be teachable, but you have to be able to harness your ego and pride and be willing to learn from the person that you're with. Yes, we are not at 10,000 subscribers. Somebody said, can you order these guys off of Amazon? But I don't allow age difference to bother me. You know what I'm saying?
I done dated older and I done
I mean, because the thing is, I understand whether or not. No, I've never bottom shamed Keon, but I've learned. Okay, but here's the thing: the reality is this: if I'm dating somebody younger, I learned during the dating phase whether or not they can anchor me on an emotional level, a financial level, if it gets to that point. You know what I'm saying? Like I have to be with somebody who can anchor me. If you can't anchor me, we're not even going to move beyond the dating phase.
Yeah. Right. What's the age difference between Craig and Keon?
I'm 44. Keon is 26, so 18 years. So I was 18 and he was just born.
Oh, Greg, you're old enough to be my daddy.
I could have been. We have any more questions? Do you share all of your financial information? What if I have private nest egg? Well, again, like I said, he doesn't. I don't know how much he has saved. He doesn't know how much I have saved. I don't know how much he makes. He doesn't know how much I make. But we do talk dollars. Like I know how much his mortgage is. I do know that. He knows how much I pay over here. Like we talk about different things. You know what I'm saying? Like I know like some of his expenses, like things that he's paying for like his mom. You know, and he knows like things that I take care of for my mom. Like we do talk money, you know what I'm saying? And next weekend we're gonna take our very first trip.
Oh,
so this is gonna be the first time that we're gonna travel together. But you know, we do want kids. Craig, do you and your guy want children? And Keon, do you and your handsome bae want more children? We do want kids, and the way that we talk about it is we talk about we would use a surrogate, and he actually said we would draw up a contract contractually. We would make it official like that. But we would use one of my sperm and then use one of his sperm to have two different kids. I don't know. We just talked about we would have like maybe 2 kids or something like that. So maybe we both would have a child that's ours, of course, you know, independently. But we would use the same surrogate so that the kids could be fraternal.
Correct. I want more kids. Actually, I have baby fever now. I definitely want another child. But me and Babe, we definitely talk about having kids, but we haven't talked about how yet. But we have talked about, you know, hey, I do want more kids, or I want kids and everything. So it's going to be in the works.
I don't think it's an early question. Because, see, these are the kind of questions that you should ask early on to know where the relationship is going. See, the problem is you avoid these tough questions like this. Then you 3 years, 4 years, 5 years into the relationship, and then you find out that the person you're with don't even want kids. And they say, well, bitch, you should have talked about that when y'all first got together.
Right.
You just telling me this 5 years in?
Alicia, to your question, no. But one day I did post I was just posting just a random question. I was like, who would be a surrogate for me? And so many people, I wish it popped up on Facebook memory. I think it was probably a few months ago, but I know a year round is coming soon. So I want to see, because it was so many people, and just people in general just be like, if you want me to have a baby for you, I'll just have it. I will be a surrogate for you, you know, just to do it just for you. So I don't trust everybody, but you know, I would take some, you know, considerations and, you know.
We're both plant-based, so I don't know if that's going to be an issue for who we're going to. No, we probably will use a surrogate. That she doesn't probably have to be plant-based, but that's not something we talked about. Are you still with the Leo guy? No. How long before you move in together? I would say a year.
And when we talk about, I said a year.
I would say a year. I've never. Yeah, I personally think that.
But it's like y'all stay together now.
What are your relationship deal breakers? That's what I was trying to get to.
That is a deal breaker for me.
It is for me a deal breaker, and again, this is not a plug, but it's not intended to be a plug. I talk about the difference between deal breakers and setting boundaries in your relationship. I talk about that in Book of Jewels, and because there's a distinction between the two, and I understand also that when you're in a relationship with somebody, your deal breakers may be different from your partner's deal breakers. A deal breaker for me is cheating. But it may not be a deal breaker for my partner. Like I may cheat and he may find it in his heart to get past it.
Right.
But for me, I could be very staunchly against it. No, I'm done. You know what I'm saying? So your deal breakers can be different. But I think your boundaries should be very similar. They don't have to be identical, but I think they should be similar because the boundaries set the tone, and the parameters for your relationship. So your boundaries are like if you have these similar boundaries in terms of we're not going to do this fighting thing, the drinking and drugging, or whatever your boundaries. Those are your boundaries. You know what I'm saying? Those have to be similar because if you don't have similar boundaries, then you're going to think there's certain behaviors that's okay that I don't. And we're going to be in a constant tug of war. You're going to be pulling me this way because your boundaries are one thing.
That ruins your relationship.
It does because you see relationships differently.
Right.
Do you guys think gay relationships move very fast? I think relationships move fast, period. I think sometimes people move too quickly. And that was one of the conversations that he and I had recently. Because you want to take your time. You know what I'm saying? You want to take your time, you want to build, but you also want to enjoy it. You know what I'm saying? But I say all of the time, I've written about it, I talk about it here all the time. It's important to allow the relationship to breathe, to not suffocate it.
I think definitely relationships move fast, period. But I think, in my opinion, gay relationships move a little bit faster. I think they do, because of just gay. I think gay males in particular are so quick to move and jump because of the images that they see on social media or what is in the line, the spotlight and everything. So I definitely think gay relationships move a little faster.
Well, what I will say to that is, I think that gay relationships move quickly because for so many years, most of us suppressed our feelings. So we went to middle school, high school, suppressing the feelings that we had. Excuse me. And so then when you finally start dating the same sex, you want to expedite everything. It's like you're trying to play catch up. It's almost like a psychological thing, an unspoken, subconscious psychological thing. Somebody asked.
No, I've seen this 5 times. Do
What?
I have on the highlighter? No, in my face.
Oh no.
No, this is my regular skin.
Do your close friends, hey Craig, do your close friends get jealous of your relationship? We had that problem, and yes, we have had that problem, and it's kind of shattered
some of the relationships.
Some of the relationships. But it's okay because I believe that you don't allow anything or anyone to get in the way of your happiness or to get in the way of your relationship. You need to remove any cancer that's trying to threaten your relationship. Is HIV a deal breaker?
I would say this. I want
to see how you're going to circumnavigate this.
I will say this.
Would you like a refresher?
No, I'm okay. I will say this. The younger me not being educated, it definitely was a deal breaker for me. Like, no, I'm not going to do all of that. Now that I'm more educated and I'm on prep and, things in that nature.
Oh, you're still on prep?
Yeah.
They fucking raw.
Mind your business.
Is he watching us?
Yeah. I will say, being educated, no, it's not a deal breaker for me. But this point in time in my life, I choose not to date someone who that is HIV positive. And I have a choice for that. What about you, Craig?
Well, I've dated 3 people that were HIV positive. I've been in relationships with 3 people, but it's been years. I write about one of those relationships in Words Never Spoken. I am watching, Craig. I write about one of those relationships in my first book because that person is deceased. So I felt comfortable writing about it. But the other 2 I didn't write about because they're still alive, and and I didn't want anybody to be trying to figure out who I was talking about, and that kind of thing. But yeah, I mean, that's it.
Is it a deal breaker for you?
Oh, is it a deal? Girl, you really trying to hold me up against this fire, huh?
Girl, is it a
deal breaker
for you? I'm gonna say now in your life, would that be a deal breaker?
Well, here's what I will say. I think that each person has the choice, and I'm being serious when I say this. I think each person has the choice to decide. And the reason that I'm saying this is because those of you that have been following me for a while, I spoke in, where was I? In Columbia, South Carolina, I think about a year ago. And it was an HIV conference. And one of the things that I shared there.
I was there.
No, not that one. Okay. It was a different one. And I shared there that oftentimes when people that are HIV negative say that that their preference is to not date someone HIV positive, a lot of times people that are HIV positive get really up in arms and get offended because they feel like you're stigmatizing them, or they feel like you're ignorant. There's a lack of knowledge on your part about how the virus is transferred and all that other stuff. And I did a podcast with a guy, and it's called "Would You Date Someone HIV Positive?" I did a podcast with a guy, and he said it was really a light bulb moment, as Oprah would say. It was an aha moment. He said that he's dated people that were HIV positive. In fact, he was married to a guy that was HIV positive. And he said, but after a few slip ups, like condoms breaking or condom coming off inside of him or whatever, he's made the decision that he no longer wants to date somebody positive. And it's not because he's uneducated, but because he's not interested in being on PrEP. And also because he wants the luxury or the option of having unprotected sex in a long-term committed relationship, monogamous relationship. And I know for the people that might be watching, might be like, well, if you're on PrEP and the person is undetectable, you can do it. He's not willing to take that chance.
The chance, right?
He's not willing to take that chance. And so, that's what I will say about it. I won't say whether or not I'll just tell you that I've dated 3 people. I've been in a relationship with 3 people. I won't go any further than that because I don't ever want to. I did a signing at Morehouse College, and a young boy came up to me after I did my reading and he whispered to me, because I guess he didn't want to ask in front of the audience. He came up to me and said, I'm dating this guy now, and he just told me he was positive. Do you think I should date him? I would never tell a person whether or not they should date somebody or not. That's a very personal decision. And if your choice is not to, then be okay with that. And don't let anybody guilt you into feeling like you're ignorant or that you have to do that. Right. So I wouldn't say, because I don't want to lead anybody. You know what I'm saying? I think that's something that you have to decide on your own. Somebody said, what is PrEP? Did you want to explain that?
PrEP is like it's a pre-exposure in a way, and it helps fight against HIV. So it's just like when you get the flu shot.
It's a prevention.
Prevention, right.
It's a drug. It's an HIV drug that they're now using on HIV negative people. And you can take this drug, you can take this pill, and it prevents you from contracting the virus if you're exposed to it. It's like a condom. It's like, it's not 100%, but neither are condoms. Right. But it can repel the virus in instances if you're exposed to it.
Statistic says
right
that it's helpful.
How soon into the relationship to test for HIV? Well, we got tested before we started fucking. We tested together. Because right now during COVID, you can't go to like Aid Atlanta or somewhere to get a test. So we had to go and spend our $50 each to purchase a home test, and we did a test. Right. But I just had blood work done 2 weeks ago, and they ran everything. So I had 2 tests. I had the swab, and then I had the blood test. Right. I want to have raw sex in a relationship, no HIV. And then in terms of like having a preference in terms of dating someone positive or not, like the guy that I was just talking about who was married to someone, It is a preference, and it's not a prejudice. It's a preference because he has dated someone and was married to someone. It would be a prejudice if you had never dated someone positive and you're staunchly against it.
Right, right.
So that's the difference between a prejudice and a preference. Oh, Tammy said just downloaded one thing for certain to show your Audible. You still get paid, right? Yes, I do. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Did you get Words Never Spoken over there as well? That's the first book. Look, just greedy. Let me see. Craig, did you think you would have been in your current relationship when you first met your guy? Was it a surprise for you? Oh, and somebody else asked the question too. How long had I been single? I have been single since I'm gonna count Rocky. I'm gonna count Rocky, even though he was married, but that was still a relationship. That was 2013, so that was 7 years. Now, my actual official relationship with someone who was not in a relationship, it was just us, that was 2011. So that was 9 years. Damn. And then, so this question is, Craig, did you think you would have been in your current relationship when you first met your guy? Was it a surprise? I didn't think that I would be when I first met him. No.
Girl, I can't wait till they can hear the story, honey. Because we're going to revisit this.
We will. Craig, if you wrote a book right now in this space, what would it be? I don't know what the name of the book would be. I really don't. But I really have been thinking about writing for television and writing like a screenplay, which is a movie script. Like that's where my mind is now. Keon, did you want to answer that?
I'm not answering that.
Thank you, Anthony Smith. He said he just purchased 2 masks. Thank you. We have masks over at CraigTheWriterStewart.com. Good day thinkers, thought leaders, progressives, and dreamers. We have Hey Girl Hey. We got Hey Boy Hey.
Black is.
No, I haven't. But March, interestingly enough, in Book of Jewels, I tell a story about how when I was a kid, I wanted to be a therapist. I wanted to be a psychologist. And my mom said to me, how many black psychologists do you know? She said, and moreover, how many black people you know got money to come to see a therapist, and how many white people you know gonna come and pay to see a black one? So it just kind of threw that out the window for me. But I understand that wasn't my passion. If that was my passion, then it still would have manifested. You know what I'm saying? No, I'm not counting LTR. No, I mean we were dating and getting to know and
y'all
talking,
weren't
but
together. Though.
We weren't together, right?
Y'all was just lusting.
Do you think couples should merge their checking accounts as one? He and I have talked about that too. We would have a joint account, but I'm still gonna have my money. I'm still gonna have my separate money.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think we should have our own separate account, but then have a merging account.
Yeah,
as well. Because
when I purchase your birthday gift or Christmas gift, I'm gonna pull that out of my account, and vice versa. And when we do stuff together, like around the house or we take a trip, we'll take that out of the joint account.
Take that out of the joint account. Here's
what I will share, because I know that a lot of times gay folks have questions about how to blend financially. I have a couple that I've looked up to since I was probably about your age. And one of them is a judge, so he making bank. And the other one works in banking, and he does well, but he's not making as much as the judge, right? And I remember asking one of them back then, how do y'all do that? But he basically told me that what they do is they take 45% of the judge's check and put into their joint account. And they take about 30% of his check because he makes less and put in that same joint account. Out of that joint account, they paid their mortgage. They paid their cell phone bills because they want the same cell phone plan. They paid their car insurance. They paid the car notes. They paid things like that. But then you kept the other portion of your money for yourself. You know what I'm saying? That was how they did it. But they also had a joint savings together.
That's smart.
We met through mutual friends. And you said y'all met on Facebook.
I have a secret account.
That's my business. I know that's right. And my thing is, if I want to go spend money on a pair of shoes or something, I want to take them. I don't want to have to call you and be like, hey, do you mind if I? Yeah. No, I'm going to go do that out of my money.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Yes, I agree, Autumn. Look at her. Talking about, hell no. How can I monetarily support your platform? Oh, thank you very much. We're right here. These are our Cash Apps. Do you have Cash App? I don't know if you have Cash App or not. Or you can send it through the super chat. We're looking for the next question.
Your truth still helping me through.
Your truth helped me through some issues. Oh, thank you very much. Hey, hey, Veronica. Hey, girl. Hey. What did you all see in each other that made you want to make it official? Oh, Veronica. Oh, my. I actually know Veronica. I haven't seen Veronica in years. Let me tell you a quick story about Veronica. So Veronica, we met through mutual friends some years ago. Like I said, I haven't seen her in ages. But she used to work for a major company here. She probably about to fall out when she hear me tell this story. Mm-hmm. She used to work for a major company here. And she hadn't been working for a while. I think this was like during one of those recessions that we had, right? And so she finally got a job with this major company. It was a good company, great benefits, all that other stuff. And so she said, stop telling my tea. And so what happened was I can't remember what her position was, but her boss was treating her like she was just like some flunky. Like she was asking her to go and get coffee. And so she posted on her social media, she got me going to get coffee. This bitch got me. I don't know if she called her a bitch. I'm just adding yeast to the story. But she was like, she got me going to get coffee. Well, baby, the boss saw the Facebook post and fired her. And see, this is why I tell people all the time, be careful with their social media. Have your shit private. Reverse your name on there so they can't find you. Because a lot of times when you're looking for a job and you send your resume, before they even call you, they looking you up on social media to see what kind of foolishness you posted. You posting fights and a bunch of ghetto ignorant shit. They putting your resume right in the trash. I think you should probably talk about credit score when you're getting to the point if you're going to be making major purchases, or around the same time that you're talking about moving in together and getting, blending finance. I think you should. I mean, yeah.
We have hinted and talked a little bit around it.
No, we would actually have a wedding, and he's talked about a wedding.
I want a wedding.
And how many people he want. And I said, that's too many people. He basically saying he would have 50 people, and I said, I ain't got 50 people I would want to invite. Because I want
a big wedding as well.
I know more than 50 people, but I personally think that your wedding should be the people that you invite to your wedding are the people that are going to hold you, that should be the people that are going to hold you accountable to your vows. The people that are really rooting for your relationship. I'm not just inviting people just to have people at my wedding just because I know you, just because you family, just because we grew up. I want people who are really there in support of the relationship and, all that kind of stuff.
I actually want to say, how do you handle families in a gay relationship, especially those?
Here it is right here. How do you handle families in a gay relationship, especially those that have no boundaries? What do you mean they have no boundaries?
Right.
Oh, what's the kinkiest thing you've done with your partner in a relationship?
I'm not discussing.
Yeah, I'm not getting into that. Yes, he was. Okay. Divine Feminine Energy said the credit score should be the first thing. What if your guy is horrible with money management? But I know mine is not. Mine is not. He's great with money. He's great with. What was the question that I didn't answer? Veronica's question. Veronica asked me, when did we know that we were each other to make it official? I'm sorry. Thanks, Kimberly.
Also, girl, y'all official then? I thought y'all was just dating. See how Facebook and the live can bring out a lot of truth.
Well, when you start talking about you love somebody.
Come on now.
He looked at me one day and said, I love you. And I said, I love you too. He said, no, I really love you. And I said, I know. I said, I hear you. I know.
Bitch, you called me.
I called Keon.
You called me, girl.
And so,
bitch, girl, he loved me, girl.
Because here's the thing, and I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why it was. It was all.
That was a wild moment.
It was a wild moment.
That was a wild moment.
Because, and I still have to answer Veronica's question. Because he told me that in all of his previous relationships, the other person was always so much further along in their feelings than he was. And he was always trying to play catch up. And he told me that he's dated people for an extended period of time and didn't love them. Never told them that he loved them. He said, and I'm telling you that I love you after 2 months. He said, I don't take that lightly. He said, I just don't say that. And then he said it like 4 more times. He said, I love you. Like he said it like 4 times. He said, now I can't stop saying it. But and I felt like he wanted to say it before that, because I said to him one day, and you got to be really careful doing this, and I don't recommend this, but I had said to him probably like a week, or probably a couple of weeks before, I said, you probably already love me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, just joking.
I was joking because he was working. He was away working. And I said to him, I said, you miss me? And he was like, I ain't been gone long enough to miss you. I said, I said, you probably love me. I said, you probably already love me, right? That was how I said it. But anyway, when did we know? This might sound really crazy, but I knew like the first time like we started going grocery shopping again, like we started going grocery shopping. You know, like we went to the grocery store and like we were getting groceries for his house, because like a lot of times like we would be staying over at his house. You know what I'm saying? So we were getting groceries, and you know, somebody asked, should a college degree be a deal breaker?
No.
Well, mine has a degree, but it's not a deal breaker.
It's not a deal breaker.
I've dated people that didn't have a degree. Yes, he did, because I'm very lovable. He did. He was another one that didn't really say I love you to people, but he did. And that was part of the reason why I think he was so afraid, because he didn't know how to manage his feelings.
Right.
And see, this is the thing that I want to say to the gay men that are watching, and to the women. A lot of times when a man experiences love, when he starts to feel love, he starts tripping because he don't know how to handle those feelings. And he start doing little dumb shit to kind of to sabotage it, and don't really know that he's sabotaging it, you know, but you know,
to each his own.
Thank you, Twan. Have you met each other's families? Yes, I have met I haven't met his dad because his dad doesn't live here, but I've met his mom and his grandmother. In fact, we took his mom and grandmother to lunch last Saturday.
Yes, I have met his family. He has met mine. And you know what's crazy? I will say this, because my dad, he was my dad, like he really loved him. Like he said it like last week. He said, you know, I really don't usually tell people this or tell, you know, someone this. He said, but you know, I really love you, and I really love you for my son. And bitch, I was like,
he said that?
Yes, when we went to visit last time, girl, I had to go like this. I said, oh, okay.
Craig, I love how you light up when you speak about him. And Keon, I love how giddy you are when you speak about Vay. I just love all this love flowing through my TV. Come on, watching on TV.
But you know what, Craig? I told you that the other day. I said, bitch, when I say his name or when I speak of him, Greg, it's a
your coochie clap.
No, I'm talking about your man. I'm saying when I'm talking to you, and you know, we are discussing, you know, having our conversations and everything, and it's just like, when you speak about him from the very first time I started knowing about this person, it's just like it's a different type of glow, or like a different type of feeling, and you can see it
because he's so consistent. You know what I'm saying? And here's the thing that I want to say to you guys: even if for some reason things stop working between us tomorrow, it doesn't change how I felt and how I feel in this moment. And a lot of times people are afraid to express their feelings or celebrate it, out of fear of I might jinx it, it may not work. But no, I want to inhale it in its fullness, because in my first book I talk about a relationship that I had with Carrington, and I talk about how I was barely breathing in that relationship because I was so afraid that it was going to stop working. I was always waiting for the shoe to fall, the shoe to drop, you know, something to go wrong and mess it up. And I don't want to be like that.
You
know,
want to be like that, right?
I want to enjoy it to its fullest, and I want to, for as long as it lasts, however long it lasts, whether it's 5 years or 15 years or whatever, you know what I'm saying? But the reality is I look at people in relationships, like I know people like that couple that I just told you guys about, the judge and the banker. I've known them since I was about your age. They've been, bitch, I'm 44 and they still together. Why couldn't that be me and him? Or why that couldn't be you and George? Again, it goes back to what I said earlier. Your thoughts create your destiny. It's about what you see.
Mm-hmm.
It's about what your potential, and it's about you always trying to work on you and improve yourself for the other person, and that other person doing the same for you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's when they stop working. Oh, somebody said, "What if bad sex a deal breaker?" Somebody asked that.
I wouldn't say it's a deal breaker because I was just having this conversation today with one of my friends, and yesterday too. You have to teach your partner how to satisfy you in some ways. You have to learn each other. Not everybody know how to have sex, or everybody know how to fuck.
Not everybody does.
But you have to. It becomes more intimate, and just different things. You have to teach your partner, and you're learning. You try new things, and I feel like you have to Then on another note, to answer really the question, but if I tell you something. Mm-hmm. Or if I'm trying to hint at something like, okay, this is not good, we need to change this, or and you're not working, it's just like, okay, well, bitch, I ain't trying no more. So sex I won't say it's a breaker, but bad sex can ruin the relationship, because then when the person's not pleasing, you starting to step out.
But remember, I said earlier, it's important to be teachable, and that's not just from an emotional standpoint.
That's from a sexual point as well.
That's also from that. So now I've never. I don't mean to toot my own horn, but beep, beep. I've never been in a relationship where the sex was bad. So I've never had that experience. Mm-hmm. Have I been in situations or relationships where I had to train you or teach you what kind of gets me aroused? Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Yeah. You have to train your partner how to please you.
I love my neck and stuff to be licked inside. I love my nipples to be licked on.
Girl,
not big. Don't put your teeth away. Now I've done that. I'm like, babe, not with your teeth. I'm not talking about my current. I'm talking about period. I've had to say that to people before, like, don't use them teeth. But some people like teeth.
You have to kind of get like Young Gun, be like, the people don't have no teeth in their mouth, and it's just wet and
right. Some people like a little tooth on their nipple. I don't. Mine are sensitive. I just like a little lip, a little kiss, a little suck on my nipple. Ooh, and yeah.
Keon and Craig, have y'all discussed with your friends about building together?
Yes, we have.
Yes,
we have.
Yes.
We've talked about
definitely
doing stuff together. Like we've just run little ideas in our mind, throughout through our conversations.
Give us 5 minutes.
Yeah, but we've talked about different things, and but we haven't done anything. Like it's like we
Don't be muting us.
Right. I don't know why.
I cannot stand them.
Oh, couples therapy. What about couples therapy? Will we do couples therapy? I think that's what you're saying. Yes, I should have run a commercial right there, Cherie. Yes, he and I talked, like when he said I love you, and I said it back to him. One of the things that he said too was, like I said, he said it a few times, like I really love you, and I don't say that, whatever. He was like, I'm really afraid of losing you. And I said, you're not going to lose me. But see, that goes back to what I was saying earlier about sometimes when your feelings start to come in, like you start to fear it slipping away. You know what I'm saying? I said, you're not going to lose me. And then I said to him, I said, we have an amazing way of communicating, the way that we talk through things, whatever. I said, and if we ever get to the point, I said, it's important to me that if we ever get to the point that we can't figure out how to communicate and work our way through an issue, that we go and seek counseling. So yes.
You know what I love about this relationship? And it's opening me to a different standpoint. But we actually pray together.
Oh,
we actually sit down and pray together. I think, you will go, you would like say when I'm on the way to work, I'll pray, or, just, have my praying moments, or, worship by myself, et cetera, et cetera. But we actually sit down before we go to before we go to bed.
I pray every night.
We pray.
Right. Now, he doesn't get on his knees, but he prays every night too.
So
I get down on my knees.
The night before last was the first night that we actually got on our knees and prayed. But like when we're in the bed, we're holding each other's hands and we actually sit down and pray. But the other night was the first night that we actually sat down, like put on, kneel down and pray. But I think that's a powerful thing in the relationship as well, prayer. And it's definitely different. And that's one thing that I love, that we are definitely, praying together, encouraging and stuff. So that's different for me.
Right. Okay.
What temperature do y'all keep y'all house at? What
kind of random?
No, because people argue about this. I keep my house at 72. Because 72 in my house is really, really cold, that the windows be fogging up. Like, it's really cold. But some people like their house to be 75, 78.
Mm-hmm.
So have y'all prayed together, Craig?
Not like how you just explained, but like I get down from the first time I spent the night at his house, because I don't give a damn where I'm staying at. I'm getting down on my knees and I'm saying my prayers. So I get down on my knees, but I've looked up before, and he'll be in the bed and he'll have his eyes closed and he'll be praying. Mm-hmm. So yeah, he prays too.
But believe it or not, I'm the one I think he initiated one time, but I'm more so the one like, okay, we're gonna pray. Like, we need to pray before we go to bed.
Who's the better cook?
And we talked about this on my live the other night. We definitely eat out a lot, but I would say we're probably neck and neck with it a little bit when we do cook, because I cook some things and it's good. He like it, and when the times he have cooked.
Well, I can't even say who's the better cook, because every meal that we've cooked together.
Cooked together.
Every single one. Or we eat out. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? But every meal that we've had, we pretty much have cooked it together. Like we kind of tag team, and he'll do one thing, I'll do. Like, that's every meal so far. Yeah. But anyway, I think we're gonna wrap up now.
Yes. It's 11:15.
Is it?
Yes. Oh, girl, we've been on here for an hour and 38 minutes.
Right. Thank you guys for being here. We appreciate it as always. We appreciate the questions and the comments and the support. Thank you for those of you that went over to the website and purchased mugs or masks or books or whatever it is. Thank you very much. Oh, I need to give away this book. I need to give away this one book. I need to figure out how to cook. I mean, how to cook. I'm reading one of the comments.
The first person to guess, well, no, it's easy because we talk about it all the time. I was gonna say the first person to guess how me and Craig met, but it's kind of easy.
Yeah, I think they probably know that. Let me see. Thank you, Lavelle. I appreciate you. Lavelle is one of the people that always supports. Thank you, Lavelle. I'm gonna give it to Marco. Marco, you want the first book, right? Email me at craigthewriterstewart.com and just thank you, Veronica, for tuning in. Just email me my website, Marco, and I'll gift the book to you. All right. You guys have an amazing night. And I will talk to you guys soon.
Make sure y'all follow me on all social media at The Real Keon Stafford, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you.
Yes. So listen, you guys have an amazing night. Brush your teeth, floss your teeth, brush your tongue, all of those good things. And remember, your thoughts create your destiny. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Tomorrow's Friday. I guess I'll do a chapter from Book of Jewels, if nothing comes up. Bye.